Let's say you're off to buy a new car. You've got a new job and you need some way of getting there. Now, you're a responsible person, so you've figured out exactly how much you can afford to spend. You're going to have to borrow a little bit, but you've worked out what's prudent. You go and you buy your car, you get it home and you think to yourself, good job. But what if it turns out that the car's a lemon and it's not actually going to get you from A to B? That's not such a good job. Now, believe it or not, this is actually a story about the government's budget responsibility rules. I didn't tell you that at the start because budget responsibility rules sound pretty boring. And in fact, they're meant to. They're meant to reassure us that the government is a very prudent, responsible manager of the nation's finances. There's been a lot of talk about the budget responsibility rules lately because just last week the government released its budget policy statement, and most of the talk has focused on the target that the government has set, that it's going to keep government debt underneath 20% of GDP. But think back to our opening story. That's a bit like saying, hey, are we managing our debt prudently without asking, but is the money that we're spending actually going to do what we want it to? Is the car going to work? This is a question we should always be asking about government policy and government interventions. Think of something like the fees-free policy for the first year of tertiary studies. We have to be asking, is that money that we're spending there not only under our debt limit, but actually doing the job we need it to, especially when that's money that we're not spending on other needs that we could be? This is a difficult question to ask sometimes, and it might take courage from the government. If they ask, is it working, and the answer is no, they need the courage to turn around and say, hey, maybe we got it wrong and we need to reprioritize our spending. That's a question that can take some discipline to ask, but we should be working on that discipline now while we're not under the pressure of a recession or something else that will force us to make really hard trade-offs. Let's make sure we stay focused on the what works question. It matters now, it's going to matter even more if times get tight.